rock band is pretty fucking. Being a rock band is pretty cool, you know. What in the world is going on? What in the world is going on? What do you mean, bro? I just. Peter, did you start an interview already? Yeah, dude, we're like a fucking rock band, man. There's no time to be getting out beauty sleep. I mean, look, you just need to get more rugged so that, like, not getting beauty sleep just makes you look cool. Like, look at me, man. Look, look at my hair. It's fucked up, but it just makes it more. Fuck. At least I slept with my iconic hat on, so that I'm already kind of looking pretty swag. Yeah, man. Yeah, can we get on with the interview, Patrick? You're kind of interrupting. What? Yeah, howdy. I'm Joe Trollman, famous, drummer of the band Fall Out Boy. Yeah, he's definitely the drummer, guys. Alright, I suppose I can tolerate this, but I'm going to retain my shocked position the entire time to ensure that the audience knows that the reason I'm acting so unprepared and unhidden is because I have been jumped by a surprise, so I'm going to retain the surprise expression throughout the entire interview. Don't, don't, like, this is an intentional thing. Anyway. Alright, so, hey guys, what did you want to ask? Oh, well, Mr. Wentz, I heard that you guys were making a secret album that that you will never release officially. Oh yeah, dude, I do that like every week. I make an album every week, and I just hide it on a hard drive, you know. I actually got the idea from Sufjan Stevens, who actually completed his 52 state project in like 1 year, but he just didn't tell anyone because he was like gonna release it after he died, and it would be like a really cool troll, you know. And I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome, dude. Like, imagine if I could just like haunt you from the grave. Like, that would just be so cool. So yeah, we've made like, there's like 100 secret Fallout Boys out. I mean, like, which one you want to know about? Do you want to know about fantasy fun time adventure JRPG album, Fallout Boy album, or like oh well, Pete, I'm quite astonished that you told me this secret. I was more thinking of well, why don't we go around and each one of you can tell us your favorite secret Fallout Boy album? Sounds cool to me, man. I mean, howdy. Yeah, that would be excellent. Alright, going first with you, Kyle Roman, the legendary drummer of Fallout 1. Yeah, man, so my favorite album, it's just really about, you know, my favorite genre of all time. I mean, you can probably hear it from my guitar playing, but I'm really inspired by, like, Irish jigs. And, you know, I just think that, like, I went to Ireland once as a kid, and I just thought everyone there was, like, magical, because, like, I'd only seen leprechauns from Ireland, and, like, and it was just, like, I didn't understand what was going on the whole time, because, like, I was 3, so I was like, oh, man, this is so cool. But what I do remember was that the guitar players were really good at shredding guitar, and then I was like, yeah, I can make music, and then that's how we started Fall Out Boy. It was because that, man, like, my unformed consciousness, like, endowed such importance to Irish culture. But yeah, I went back to Ireland after, like, to make the album, and it was kind of just like another country. So yeah, sometimes I got really disappointed that it wasn't the same as I remembered it. So like, I was like, oh, I gotta make an album. Like, you know, I gotta make this album to to commemorate the loss of the loss of magic in the world for me. So yeah, that's why I'm wearing this green hat to remind me of what adulthood is and the formation of adult consciousness is taken from me. You know. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's my yeah, that's my story. Wow, well, that took ages and also is totally untrue. The Irish, I came up with the idea for the Irish Jig album because um, I wanted to, I wanted to go to Ireland because I am a big fan of the modernist author James Joyce, and it's actually why I wear these glasses because I look like James Joyce's glasses. Anyway, my favorite album that we made but didn't tell anyone about is the secret tell your own adventure album, which is like it's like an album, but like have you ever read one of those books where they're like, "Hey man, you know, like you read a page and it's like, do you make this choice or this choice?" And then it's like, if you make this choice, you go to page 103, and then if you make this choice, you go to page 121. And it's like, we did that, but it was like an album, and it's like basically the story is like, I'm trapped, like we're all trapped in like a underwater pirate ship. And it's like, you know, because we didn't want to do submarines are lame. Pirate ships are awesome, but being underwater is cooler than being on top of it. So it's like an underwater pirate ship thing, and we don't know. Get like hired by this uh company to Yeah, actually, did you know that "Where Is Your Boy Tonight" is actually from? It was initially gonna be on the Pirate album, because it was gonna be "Where Is Your Bouy Boy Tonight," because we were using the boy from underwater. We're like that was the way that we would work out where we were under the water. Because you know it's kind of hard, you know, kind of sometimes all the sand looks the same and you can't really tell, like from the underwater features. So you need to use the on surface features, you know. And like the boy was like it's always in the same spot, so it's like yeah, but we didn't know where our boy was. So then this guy over here, yeah, sorry, I nodded off to sleep again. What were we saying? Yeah, this guy over here was like, "Where is your boy tonight?" And then this guy was like, "No, don't you mean my boy?" Like, cause, cause, cause I'm, cause I had a boyfriend on the pirate ship. Yeah, yeah, that's the joke that he made, and then, um, yeah, okay. Are we gonna tell? Yeah, okay. Well, on the pirate ship, these two were dating, but yeah, that was one of the reasons why it was such a long album, because they kept writing after they broke up. They kept writing like different parts of the album, like different alternative routes, in which the other one got like experience worse and worse hardships. So there was this one song that we all wrote together, and it's like, if you pick the left, you take Joe's perspective. If you pick the right, you take Pete's perspective. Like it's like go to song 4003, and it's like go to song. Anyway, but then they wrote each other's perspective, and it was just them like suffering different kinds of sadness. And then they occasionally took over each other's like storyline, and so then Pete would write his own part, and then he'd like get, you know, a really cool break, like he'd, you know, like get a free dolphin ride or something. It was really cool. But then it would go back to Joe riding, and then Pete's dolphin would like get really mad at him and like spit water at him even though they were underwater. Yeah, you know, we kind of forgot they were underwater. Some anyway. Hi guys. Anyway, wait. Okay, this is my favorite. Why do I like this album? Why is this my favorite album? Um, I just think it's the longest album, by far. We tried to do a Tell Your Own Adventure album again, with the JRPG album, and also the what was the other? Man, I can't even remember now. Oh yeah, the Chicago childhood album. Oh yeah, that was my idea. Sorry guys. No. And then the Chicago Teenagehood album, and then there was actually a lot of Tell Your Own Adventure albums, but I think that the Underwater one is good because I think the uh the there was a lot of consistent metaphors to do with the water, and there was a lot of like good running jokes, like how there was water everywhere because they were underwater, and it was really cool because we got to like make fish show up all the time in the background of the songs and stuff. It's kind of like I don't know. It's like you could just say like if you wanted to do a metaphor like you were really sad, you'd just be like oh, and then a big whale came because the whale's like the sadness kind of. Anyway, this has gone on long enough. I want to tell you about my favorite album that we wrote but we never released. Um, so this album is all about year 10 because year 10 was an awesome year, and I had a friend in year 10 called Joshua, and Joshua, I forgot all about year 10, and then one day Joshua came to one of the shows and he's like, wait a sec, you're that Peter fellow from high school, man. And I'm like, bro, you remember that? Yeah, man, that was awesome as fuck. Anyway, and then so I was like, man, we should recount some of the times we had. So then there was this album, and it was all about skating. But then it's like, it was also about, like, we would revisit the places to write about them, but then we'd end up having, like, a new experience at the place. So we went to the skate park to be like, oh, what was that skate park like? But then, like, when we were at the skate park, Joshua fell over in the pit, and then we were like, and then I just ran away from him at that point, and then he was like, yeah, that was funny, and then so we made a song. That was a song called Leaving You Behind. It's really funny because I tried to make it sound as serious as possible, but it was really, oh my god, why is it dark? Yeah, that was awesome. There was another song about this, like, girl who, me and Joshua thought she was, when we were talking about it, we're like, wait, wasn't she dating both of us at the same time? And then we went and we tried to ask her, like, no hard feelings, but, like, were you totally double tabbing us? But then we were like, you know what? Hell yeah, that just means we have another thing to bond over, right? Like, totally, man. Um, yeah, there's also heaps of other stuff, but, I kind of got to check with Joshua, because, I told him that, like, before we release it, like, we could just go over it one more time, and then, like, I don't know if he knows that I'm being interviewed and telling everyone about this, because, his whole family kind of, like, they like the band, so they're probably watching this, so, yeah, anyway, hey, Joshua. Hey, I'm Joshua. Yeah, that's what he'd probably sound like right now, lol. Oh, hi, I am Patrick Stump from the legendary emo rock band Fall Out Boys. And anyway, my favorite secret unreleased album is called Boys Out Fall. Because fall is my favorite, season of the year. Um, and so it's all about, uh, it's like, have you ever played the Mario Kart games? There's this princess lady named Daisy, and she has a Maple Kingdom, and so we go to the Maple Kingdom, and there's a lot of the plot, a lot of the time it's like a journey, and a lot of the time we spend sleeping in piles of leaves, which is my favorite thing because it looks the same color as my hair, and you can't tell if I'm in a leaf if it's my hair or if it's. This is a completely serious video. There's nothing funny about the secret Fall Out Boy albums. Yeah, there's nothing funny about the secret Fall Out Boy albums. I don't know what you're laughing about. They're very good. They really explain, everything, everything in between each song, every emotion and every character. You're like, oh, I wonder who was this song written about. Well, the reason you don't know is not because it wasn't written down. Everything relating to Fall Out Boy was written down. The reason you don't know is because it was in the secret albums that you will never hear. Unless you're worthy, that is, of course. And anyway, so everyone's like, oh, why is it called Where Is Your Boy Tonight? Grand Theft Autumn? And that's because, the Grand Theft Autumn, it was about how at the time I was avoiding answering the question of where my boy was by exploring autumn leaves all the time because I was making the autumn album. And the autumn had stolen me. It was like the grand theft was that the autumn had stolen me. And I wrapped myself in autumn, and whenever there was a problem, I would hide in the autumn leaves, and you couldn't tell where I was because the autumn leaves covered my hair entirely. So I looked like I was made out of autumn leaves, and it was very good, and I felt very secret and safe. And then sometimes I would get out of the autumn leaves and have a nice warm apple pie, because at the time the local pie place where we lived, they thought I was very polite. They didn't like my music, but they thought I was very polite, and they were very proud of me for being so polite. So they would sometimes if they had a spare piece of apple pie that someone hadn't eaten and they were gonna throw it out when they were cleaning the tables, they would give me the apple pie and be like, Patrick, young boy, I know you're in those autumn leaves, and I'd be like, how did you know I was so well hidden with my hair? That's why the lyric is, I am such a sucker, I'm always the last to know. My insides are copper because it's my insides look like autumn leaves because copper is orange and I look like autumn leaves, and I love autumn leaves, so it's like a double metaphor. It's like the autumn leaves are inside my heart. And killed to make it go. Yeah, that's just that's just another detail that I killed a lot of. I metaphorically killed a lot of people during that time, with my epic insults and burns. And maybe I actually killed some people. Who knows? I was very emotional at the time, and couldn't really see many things through my hair sometimes when I was in these fits of emotional rage. With us emos, we have to keep our emotions high. That's like our power. That's what we're good at, right? If we have no emotions, then how are we gonna be emo and use our secret emo skills? Ain't that? I forgot which version. Anyway, well, that's, we've answered your questions now, and, look at me, look at my eyes, I'm falling back asleep, and look, I'm covering my, you can't see the front of my jacket, that's a very delicate part of my emo attire, I'm not gonna just show you that, I just prefer if you left. Yeah, alright, I'll be real, I know what I said before about, being a rocker and staying up all night, but, yeah, I kind of want to, well, I don't want to go back to bed, obviously, I just want to play fun games with Darren Briscoe, the legendary lead guitarist of, Fall Out Boy. We're gonna play some tickle games, maybe. I mean, I'm looking at that belly button and being like, that could get tickled really easily right now, so maybe you should just, end this interview here, and, we'll pick it up on the flip. I'll catch you on the flip. Okay, I'll literally start addressing you from the gig tonight. I will just address you by name. What was your name again? Dogz-r-kute. Okay, dogz-r-kute. Yeah, just film me on your freaking film the concert on your iPod Nano, and then I'll address you personally, and you can ask me some more questions if I can get, maybe you can get the crowd to chant your question, and then I can answer it. We can do more interview, mid-show. That would be crazy. I got some pizza from last night, if you want that. Actually, you know what? I think I want it, actually. Never mind. Yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah. Well, we'll catch you on the flip. And hey, if you have any ideas for an album, we do make one every week. So like, don't even worry about it. Like, we could just like fully like collab a little bit. I mean, I was thinking of making another like index type album where it's just like you know, like it's just like a song for each house on like a street, like that's what we would. Yeah, I remember that album. I did a song for every house on the street I grew up as a child. It was awesome. It was like so in depth and yeah. So if you have any things that you need to like just like make an album for and like index every single part of them, then like just like freaking hit me up on my phone. Yeah, you want yeah. Maybe don't like put my phone number on the interview. I feel like that would be pretty weird. I mean, maybe it wouldn't be that much weirder than this already is. All right, bye, bye, bye. No, that's right. Bye, bye, bye. Bye. I'm sorry. I was so mean to Joe Tron. He's starting so bad. I'm so sorry. Forgive me! Hey, can you guys keep it down? I'm trying to film a music video here.